My feelings about drugs in the community is that there's not enough ways of stopping the drugs for like the drug users to stop taking them. There ain't enough help. It's just there's too much people selling the drugs around here. It's too easy to obtain.
Terrifying, I think, especially among young people. It's just destroying their lives.
So many people, especially young people, taking drugs and being messed up by it. It's going to take their lifetimes to remove the effects of that.
Drugs are drugs, as far as I know. Just like if you continue taking paracetamol every single day, it's a drug. Drugs are drugs. It doesn't matter whether it's strong or hard.
It's not as easy to come off it as most people think.
I don't think they should do drugs because, you know, like, your body's your temple, isn't it? So you should look after it.
Through the eyes of those who think they see but are really blinded by reality. Catch upon the scene, it's a rat race regime. We face most all everything, but we still have a dream, still have a dream, still have a dream. There to treasure like a mountain stream.
This is a poor area, and everything that comes with poverty is what you're going to get in that area, and that's probably why it seems like there's a high crime rate. And there's a lot of people here who don't have jobs. They don't even have the means to get a job.
I think there's lack of investment, proper investment, you know, because like you get these independent consortiums that come into the borough, they take all our money and then they disappear, but we don't see anything happening.
The cogs of my mind churn around, my heart does the same. And when it all goes pear-shaped, I have but myself to blame. As I watch the steady flow of people going on about their way, rushing through their lives, some by night, the most by day. I pick one out of the masses and I am them for a while. I put on their persona, character, face, charm and smile. 'Cause I am an unknown nobody who holds dark secrets and truths, held in close proximity to the house of my body, my head being the roof. To live in this world, my world, which holds the jungle concrete, where there are so many good and bad things that emerge from the streets. My mind erupts with thoughts of growth and of progression, taking me to the next plane and to another relative dimension. I must escape this violent wickedness that this place spills over, or I know that I'll become another stat, just another number. There is no more love, not any respect to our fellow man. We continue to wipe ourselves out from country to country, land to land. After all, we're all the same, made up of bone and of flesh. But we create evil. We are to blame for all this ghastly mess. What future do we hold on this planet that we call Earth? In our place of origin, in the place of our birth. We exist for a reason, not to maim nor to kill. Not to see how much war and suffering, not for our fellows man blood to spill. What picture do we paint for our little adults of tomorrow? Because in our own footsteps will they inevitably follow. So don't look to another to find a scapegoat to blame. Look within your heart like me and hang your head with shame. So on this day, stop and think and start measuring the cost of all the many countless souls on Judgment Day that will be lost.
So you don't believe that the war on drugs will ever be won?
Never, never. Too much money, bridging to be made.
Yeah, there's nothing anybody can do about it. The police will sometimes stand behind the police officer, they exchange it. The police is totally powerless. There's nothing they can do.
Nothing's being done. If they want to do something to stamp it out, they can stamp it out, because we don't bring it in. We don't go, we don't manufacture it, you understand me?
There's quite a bit of dealing and, you know, handing over stuff in this street, for example. And, you know, you feel always the police arrive sort of, you know, 2 minutes too late.
You'll find that there are now police walking up and down the beat, whereas before you wouldn't see police at all. From a business point of view, we do get in contact with the police, and they sort of like do come and see us, and I'm sure that they visit the other businesses.
I was attacked here once, and the intervention of the police really helped a lot.
think there should be more police on the street, more community workers helping in that estates and that.
DP3 is the Dalston Partnership Policing Project. It's a bit of a mouthful, so we call it the DP3. The crime and disorder audit done by London Borough of Hackney highlighted Dalston as an all-crime hotspot, and other research had linked that to drugs.
Since DP3 has been initiated in the area, the crime statistics have continued on a trend of going down. Overall crime, fear of crime, and also reductions in retail crime. And compared with the 2% reduction overall in Hackney, there's been a 7 to 11% reduction within Dalston, so it's all good news.
I'm the project manager, and that means that I have control of not only the police team, but also the staff who work for me from Hackney Council. We've started the process of communicating with young black men who really, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, their only experiences of us have been negative. We are determined to leave something. I mean, quite often projects are parachuted into boroughs and they do good work and then they're taken out again, and within weeks, sometimes months, everything's back to where it was. So we were very conscious of that. So what we intend to leave is within the retail area in Dalston, a partnership of businesses who are looking after themselves. We hope that attached to that will be a group of people from the community as well, from the greater community, again to try and keep the stuff going that we're already doing with the youth work, with projects like yourself.
If there was cannabis legalised, then it will hardly be any crime. Then the police won't be able to stop people saying, right, what are you smoking cannabis for? You nicked. Just for like a little tiny bit of cannabis now.
To be frank, those drugs, I can't see that those drugs do an awful lot of harm.
Legalise that, and then all the hard drugs, heroin, everything, just get rid of.
I think you can definitely make the fight more positive, and they should certainly look at models of decriminalisation used elsewhere to see if that could be made, you know, relevant here.
Dalston is a very interesting area, and I love coming to work around here a lot.
Dalston is now an up-and-coming area. There's a lot of activities. New businesses are starting to come in.
The place has become more open. People have become more business conscious, and I think people are spending in this area, you know.
There's more ethnic minorities in Dalston, whereas before it was mainly Caribbean, but now you sort of like get the Greeks and Turks and other nationalities in Dalston.
And it sort of balances itself out. Everybody's working alongside each other.
They fixed up this part, the supermarket part. It's alright.
It's alright. It's got better.
Yeah.
It's worse than it is now.
Just tell us about that.
There used to be a lot of trouble, especially on my estate. Cambridge Estate used to be one of the baddest estates in Hackney, but it's alright now. It's calmed down, probably because they've all gone to prison.
It's Hackney, isn't it? It is what you see. It's very cultured though. There's a lot of things happening in Dalston. A lot of, you know, there is a community, even if you don't see it first off, there is a tight-knit community in Dalston. I always say in Dalston that there's a lot of culture and a lot of style, do you know what I mean, that you won't normally get elsewhere.
The well, where the water spring grows, where we heal among the mangroves, respecting the condition of the young and the old as time pales into shadows, and still we survive to embark on our struggle and meet the morning tide.
I don't like putting blames on people, saying that it's the parents or it's the government or it's the friend. I think it's the community as a whole. They need to work together for them to be able to really produce some good youths and for them to know the advantages and disadvantages of taking drugs. So I think if they're more educated about drugs itself from the onset, we made the community. We have to believe that a child will grow up to be a better person. But if we start saying that the child is not my child and you see the child doing bad, I can't correct that child, even taking drugs, so that's not good enough. So we really have to really work together, and we can't really conquer it.
If you could somehow, I don't know, get it from like used in a medical sort of way, like so it's obtained not illegally but legally.
If you make it legal and leave it in the hands of GPs to prescribe these drugs, then it becomes, you know, it will no longer be a hot issue. It will no longer be attractive. People know that they can get it, and then they can get it if they go to GP and get it. But if you make it illegal, it increases the financial income for those who sell it.
Unity is the key, it's the policy. We have to work together as a community, living together in harmony, working together for unity.